Hello again, and welcome back to Seven Rivers Talk with Bob Burrell. And again, we're so pleased and very, very happy to have with us today Mark and Sue Neuman. Mark is running, as you know, for the governor of the state of Wisconsin, the great state of Wisconsin, and he's running to become a great governor, I think. Mark, as you know, has been in Congress for 4 years, but he is a businessman, and it distinguishes him and sets him apart from most people who are running for office or who are in office. A good, strong, business, successful background can help the state of Wisconsin. But he also needs help, and he gets it from his lovely wife, Sue. And what is it like, tearing around and keeping this man going day after day after day?
Actually, it's pretty much a full-time job. There's just really a lot to it. And I remembered what it was like when he ran for office the first time. And I wasn't sure I was up for it again, but our state really needs a strong leader, and so I'm willing to help him.
There you are. Well, I'll tell you what, it goes well with both of you. You both look in really a tremendous condition for the race, and you're both happy and joyful, and that's so important.
I would just add, I can't do it without her. I would not do it without her. I can't do it without her.
There you are. State of Wisconsin, is it on an even par with all other states around here in terms of its economies and in terms of its economic condition today?
No, it isn't. And when I look at this from a business perspective, I think that's what bothers me most about it. We are all in America suffering from a recession. But in Wisconsin, we are worse off than elsewhere in the country. Forbes magazine rated Wisconsin as the 47th worst state in America to do business.
The 47th
worst. And if you look at our largest metropolitan area, Milwaukee, where lots of our resources from this state, from La Crosse and elsewhere around the state, go to. Our largest metropolitan area has lost more jobs than any other place in the country, any other corresponding metropolitan area, except for Detroit. They've been rated 96 out of 100 in terms of small business climate. So you look at the state as a whole and you see the problem. You look at our largest metropolitan area and you see it's even worse. What we need in Wisconsin is we need a business solution to our problems. In business, what I would do is I would analyze the problem, make sure I understand the problem. I would then set a vision, and then I would lay out a course of action to get from where we are to where we wish to go. In Wisconsin, our problem is we're losing lots of jobs.
But those are just absolutely stunning figures in comparison. The ranked 47th in the spectrum. Worst.
The thing is, when you look at the states that are up on the top of this same rung, they're not only not losing jobs, they're attracting jobs and growing. They're extremely competitive. We talked to the governor in Texas, for example, and down there he says, look, we're going to compete against any state. If I want a business here, we're going to figure out how to get them here. We're going to bring our tax rates down, and he's done it. We're going to figure out how to provide a top-quality education system in a cost-effective manner, and he's done it. And we drill for oil in this state. We know how to get through the rules and the regulations and still preserve a great quality environment, but do it in a way that doesn't drive business out of here. I said to him, well, I'm from Wisconsin running for governor up there. And he just laughed, and he says, I don't have to compete against you. Yeah. And I said, well, why not? He said, you have to be in the game before you're able to compete. And Wisconsin is not in the game.
That's that sort of response is enough to make you really put on the gloves and go out there and say, someday I'll beat you.
It is. Well, I want you to know that is my attitude. Our vision for the state, we understand the problem. As a business owner, the next thing you do is set a vision. And our vision for the state of Wisconsin is we want to be not only the best place in America to do business, we want to be the best place in the world to do business. And we want to measure that by the fact that we're attracting more jobs to Wisconsin than any other place in the country. So the vision is best place in the world to do business and attract more jobs than any other state in the country to demonstrate that we are in fact the best. That's the vision. So how do you get from where we are, the mess we're in, to accomplish that vision? As a business owner, what I would do is I would go out and look at my competition that is successful. So let's take the Forbes magazine report that says we're 47th. Let's go look at the top 5 states in America, and let's go look at the best producing metropolitan areas in America, and let's find out what it is that we're doing different than those areas. And then let's not set a course of action that says we're going to, I'm sorry, I get excited when I talk about this.
You are looking up.
It is, and so we go to these other places that are successful. We say, what are we doing different? We don't shoot to match them. We shoot to exceed them with an attitude that anything they can do in Texas, we can do better here in Wisconsin. And then you set very specific criteria. It says, here's the mess we're in, here's where we're going to, and here's the steps I'm going to take to get to achieve that vision. The steps need to be measurable, and they need to have a timetable attached to them. But see, this is strictly business. When the downturn hit in the housing industry in 2004, we've survived because we recognized and understood the problem, we set a vision for where we're going, and we went through this course that I'm talking about. So you've got specific criteria now in place, identified by the places that are actually attracting jobs across America, even during the recession. They're measurable and a timetable attached. The next thing you do as a business owner, you would market the living daylights out of that. And I would empower our economic development team to spend as much money as they want marketing this program, with one caveat. For every dollar you spend, you bring $10 back into this state in new tax revenue. So understand the problem, set the vision, develop the strategy to get from where you are to where you want to go to, make it measurable, put a time frame on it, and then market the living daylights out of it. We can do a lot better in this state, and that's why I'm running for governor.
One of the one of your challenges is to convince the other lawmakers in the state of Wisconsin to see your vision and to go along with it. Now that's a little tough in the state of Wisconsin because it's been on a whole different track for the last several years.
It can't be any worse than it was in Washington, D.C. when I was out there, and I can tell story after story. When Newt Gingrich asked me to vote for a bill that was going to increase spending when we were trying to balance the budget, he actually went to a point of kicking me off a committee because I wouldn't go along with the increased spending. He told me my career in politics would end that day if I didn't go along with what he wanted to do. Well, I told him no, and I got kicked off a committee and dealt with the consequences of that back home. Newspapers said I should get out of office, all of the things that happen when those sorts. At the end of the day, I wound up with a nice promotion out of it because of some other members of Congress, not because of me.
There you go.
But the bottom line is that it is going to be very, very difficult. We faced these pressures before in Washington, D.C. I had others join us when we fought this battle, but we got the job done. We cut taxes, we controlled spending, and jobs, in fact, were created in the environment that we left the people in.
Terrific.
We can do it again in Wisconsin.
Mark, that's just an incredible vision. Quickly, Sue, let's assume you become First Lady of Wisconsin. What's your role?
Well, what I would like to concentrate on is nutrition and fitness. I just think it's so important. There's so much obesity going on across America today, and I think that would be something I'd like to concentrate on.
There you are, absolutely.
She is a model in Weight Watchers, I might add, and has been featured in their magazines.
That's incredible. Well, we're talking to Mark and Sue Neuman, and by now you know that Mark is running for governor of the state of Wisconsin. His distinguishing background is that he is a very successful businessman. He has a fine analytical mind in terms of how government and business should work together and how business can be applied to the process of government. Mark was in Congress for 4 years, and he helped bring about one of our greater booms. As he said earlier, we were in great shape when you went out there, but it came back. And here today, we have another challenge, right, Mark?
We do, and you know, what's wrong in Wisconsin, we can fix it, and it can be better, and we will do it. We will get the job done.
Thank you very much for being my guest today. Thank you, Sue.
Good
luck to both of you.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll see each other again often, and we look forward to following you and be marking down all these great visions that you have, and I'm hoping that they come true, and I'm sure they will. And I'm Bob Burrell for Seven Rivers Talk on Channel 23, that's KQEG, and you can also see us on the Charter Network, Channel 5, and on the Century Link, it's called now, which is Channel 4. And meanwhile, all of you have a good day, and we'll be back again.